Welcome. 2nd of July, new month coming in, guys. What a day to be alive as a trader, I guess. Really nice. Some good things are coming our way, but first thing first, we're gonna have a short week. Tomorrow it's gonna be half market open day, kind of ish, because Friday we have the 4th of July, of course, on the US side. One of the most important things what they do over there, I guess. I don't know. I'm not from US. It's not really my cup of tea. Anyhow, going by the numbers, because there are still some things happening. I want to see what the 4 hours gonna, how they're gonna close. So far, we are aiming for the big liquidity pocket above us. That's good. That's great. Now we need to see if we're gonna even regain any stuff on a higher time frame to hold, because we had some shitty price action lately in 2 weeks almost, and not much happened about it. We didn't break anything. We didn't regain anything. So far, we need to see what we're gonna do on the high time frame, because that's gonna be a major point of view. What's gonna happen in the next couple weeks or a month, either way. It's gonna load. Like I mentioned, the wall of the big liquidity above us, it's still there. We went a little bit lower. We broke some stuff, and eventually we impulsively pushed it through the weekly open right now, and we are kind of aiming to hold or fail that area. If we're gonna hold that, I'm aiming we're gonna literally regain definitely 109.2 and go maybe even in the resistance of the 109.7 ish area. I'm not sure if we're gonna regain the whole stuff. Anyhow, let's have a look on the bits, because that's quite important. We've been watching that as well on the Vikings stream, like I was mentioning as well sometimes in the chat. 2 or 3 of them been hit. This one got pulled and a little bit hit. They took some of the bits over here as well, just a little bit. This one got pulled. This one got pulled as well, and over here as well, and the rest as well. So most of them got pulled. They got scared. Eventually, right now, we still carry on to go higher. Let's refresh that. We still going, grab the 109-ish area. Oh, for fuck's sake, load a little bit quicker. Yeah. 1086. It's the next step. That one got hit for 90 bits only. Alright, so the rest they pulled. They got scared. This one is still intact. So let's see if we're gonna see anything about it. Oh, and we wick through it now. Okay, cool. That's how fast it goes. Anyhow. And they got, I think they got hit or pulled. Anyhow, cool. So we popped a high. That's good. Let's have a look on the charts right now, how that's gonna look like. We popped the high. I really want to go a little bit higher than 108.9. I will come back to that one. We still have 3 minutes for our close, so anything can happen. That's great. Only what my concern is the wicks, because all of the moves what we're doing right now and from the last week, it's not been like that volatile at all in expect of the whole market. This didn't move at all in my perspective, so that's a little bit worry, because if that's gonna pop, then yeah, it might look a little bit worse for us or for crypto or the whole market. Let's see. Hodlbot. Yes, we have the reversal. We kind of is aiming to go a little bit higher. We have the signal, but it's not a valid one to go full on it. Right? Sue was mentioning, I guess, that of positioning or something like that. So that's, I agree on that one. I will not short it yet. I really want to see any close below the weekly. That's my short. Right now, we are regaining the higher high on the 1 hour already. So let's see if we're gonna hold that or keep that doing. Anyhow, 4 hour looks a little bit better, but still, I'm really concerned on the price action what we build up. That was a little bit too impulsive in my opinion, but it is what it is. We still have some 100x's above us, so we can go higher, and I really would like to see that if we're gonna continue, just because I want to regain that high. That high is quite important for me to regain. That because it says we're gonna restructure the whole structure what we put right now. So instead of we aiming to going higher, we aiming right now to settle a lower high, and from there we can continue to go higher. So we're gonna change the trend of it. That's what our main kind of aim is. And doing that, we need to regain first high. And that one is around 1087. That's what we need to regain. Over here, the local structure, I don't care about that much. What we build up, because this is all bullshit to me. I seriously don't care about that so much. I care more about what's happening over here. Anyhow, we still have some room to run. Large caps, we kind of spiked it together with the shitties, so alt still can perform when we're gonna start to retrace on that one. So either coming to daily, alts can pop a little bit higher. That's good, that's great. Nothing major, but still good. Same here. I'm not gonna go cover that much because we are squeezing the shit out of it. Like this is literally the best performing squeeze what you can see. Like this is literally like best thing to see how we are squeezing into the midpoint, and from there we just pop wherever we go. So when you're gonna see the first going like spiking up and doing something like this, then some of them might follow as well. But then you see like which one gonna carry on the trend. So far it's Bitcoin. You can see Bitcoin spiking a little bit higher than the rest, so the rest gonna follow, of course. But it is Bitcoin driven move. We knew that already. So Dixie dumped. I like that. It can go even to fucking to the hell. I don't care about that much. So the rest, it's great. It looks good. We kind of preparing for a little bit bigger move. And USDT picked up as well a little bit more fuel. So that's not strange, but weird to see. Anyhow, 4 hour close. And we have 4 hour close higher from the previous swing. That's great. Now I really want to go a little bit higher to regain 1089. Wick into it. That's gonna be great. Come back and retest the daily for continuation. That's what you wanted to see. This impulse move, what we just got it. I really don't like it, but eventually it saved the whole move to the downside. Could be great, but still coming back right now. It's gonna be only a retest of the daily, and then you're gonna have a bigger and massive move for regain the 111. That's gonna be the next move in my position, in my opinion. So longing this is the best thing what you can do right now. Ladder into it or a little bit into the June as well, because we still can go a little bit lower without breaking anything significant on the higher time frame. But this is a good move to have on 4 hour close right now. Right, we close below the structure. Either way, I don't care about that much. I'm really aiming for that one. Still, I like that we locally regain the structure on it, right? So either way, we can even retest weekly and continue that move to go to 110. That's all possible. If you're gonna have a continuation of this impulsive move, that's fine. But to have a little bit healthier structure and price action, then you can come closer to ish 106.1, and that's your level to hold, right? And I guess literally that's gonna be your BitFlip as well area, right? Yeah, the daily open. So there it is. Why? We broke the high, so we changed the structure on it. So you have a bullish BitFlip right now building into it, or we're gonna go higher either way, right? It's all possible. So keep that in mind. I seriously was thinking we're gonna close below the weekly. They're gonna fucking fuck around with us, or they're gonna do a sneaky close or anything. But it's good. It's great. I like it. It's something positive finally into the market. We regained the structure, and now we are aiming to go higher. So that's great. Looking at the Algo Master, we are coming in the overlapping area. So that's the resistance, but we are kind of struggling as well right now, or been struggling for the last 4 hours, right? Regaining that, going higher, still fine. But right now we are literally into the resistance, a bigger form of resistance as well, what we are forming, not even on the bits, not only on the liquidity, not only on the 150 axis, but as well on the order book. So it's literally overlapping each other. Like I said, coming back to the daily, it's going to be a healthy retrace. Then we have a continuation, right? So that's what I'm aiming right now. I'm not sure if we're going to find anything lower than that, just because February been tested. Previous weekly been tested perfectly. The swings been tested as well. There is not much left. Choose the 101.8, but that's not really even necessary to be tested. Yes, we have the fair value gap even below us, but looking at it, we don't care about it that much, just because we turn around on this structure. yesterday night or today in the morning, wherever it was, yesterday evening. Right? So we are literally right now in the resistance. So wait for any pullback on it. Retest of the daily. Right now we have even the daily order block. That's good. We have that one as well over there. So coming up, regain that, delete those order books, and I would really suggest something like this, like coming into it, wick into it, fail the weekly, regain, retest, and then you have the continuation to do any damage to this position on retest or the resistance on it, right? So I really like this move. Either way, it's impulsive. It's a little bit, yeah, you can say manipulated, whatever way you can say that. It's still fine that we regain something, because like I didn't like this move just because we didn't do any shit to the swing point on it. We were struggling with holding it, and they've been holding quite heavily. So I seriously don't understand this move, like why they hold it for so long and then just dump it a little bit and then regain it in straight ahead. Like, doesn't make sense at all what they did over here to me, but that's different kind of takeaway on it. Still, there is some more 100x and 50x above us, going by levels. Right, we still have some pocket on it, so that's why I would like to grab that. Grab it, regain this, come back, daily-ish level, and then you have a continuation to grind higher, right? Keep grinding that one, then not failing the daily or June, then we are safe and we will continue to go higher. So I think might change even positively for crypto market. Still having the thought back in my mind that people are talking about 4th of July dump. That's been like a thing, I guess, in previous years. I didn't pay that much attention about it. So keep that in mind, that on the 4th, where is it? Friday the 4th, and it's Friday as well, so it's some shenanigans. That's why I said, like, if they're gonna keep the price action, something like here, dump it, and then pick it up on the through the weekend. Yeah, I could see that, right? I'm not sure if they're gonna keep the price action over here for 2 days. That might be as well, actually, to come in this resistance pocket, right? And then going lower, dump it in through the Friday weekend price action, and Sunday we're gonna pick it up again and move on. Could be nice, not sure. Let's see how that's gonna play out. So far we're going higher. That's the only perfect and good positivity about it right now that I like to see. Daily, if we're gonna close daily right now, that's really strong. Regaining the whole freaking move to the downside and the previous swing, that's richly the best what you can have. So that's positive. Regaining that weekly as well. We retest perfectly the previous swing or the previous 105-ish area. We didn't go even lower to June, and we carry on go higher. Positive. And we have new monthly open, of course, what's been already for 2 days. So this move can carry on a little bit higher, and then we can go lower to retest stuff, or either way we will continue it for the 4th time in the row, positive or bullish, right? So there is still some things to do, and literally 28.6 is holding us down right now. If you're not gonna regain that and go to around ish 120k, then we might come back a little bit lower to a yearly again, because that one didn't be fully tested on the high time frame. So great stuff so far for BitT. Let's see if we're gonna take this this pocket over here. I would really like, just because we have that dead zone over here with non-liquidity, so that would be quite perfect if coming a little bit higher, grind this, coming lower daily, and then you have a continuation move, right? That will be awesome on that one. Okay, then let's have a look on swing points. I guess we regained the mid of daily. I'm not really bothered right now on 4-hour swing points, just because daily are a little bit my time frame to chart it. I'm not really like that often doing the swings anymore on a lower time frame, but the daily, yeah, it fits a little bit more. And like I said, we flipped that one quite nicely as well. We're holding the daily. We've been holding. We failed that once, and now we just literally with this impulse move going higher. Yeah, we've been kind of it is a good pressure right now for the short, so let's see how we're gonna play out this. And right now we are really regaining this structure 1087, so that's great. We create a higher high now on the 4 hours, so that's perfect. Now the leftover resistance are only 2 areas, and that's this area. I'm not sure we're gonna regain that right now straight ahead. Wait, let's that's this, and the last one is over here, right? So 2 kind of each overlapping one. The biggest one, the leftovers we just regain by the move right now. So let's see. But this is quite a freaking strong move. Want to see? Yeah, they seriously going for. But there is as well exactly the wall from shit. No, yeah, from over a couple weeks already settled above us. So we might even go try to hit that one. That one has been as well heavy loaded. So let's see how that's gonna play out. If so, the 110-ish area is shortable, right? Just for the retest for the daily, not the dump or something. Don't get me wrong, guys. Don't panic or whatever. But this is what I'm aiming for. This or a little bit higher. If you're gonna regain that all-time high from last year, that doesn't matter anymore. But regain that, going into the pocket of the low liquidity, and then we might see the retrace. Right? Just because it was quite impulsive. We broke a lot of stuff already. We took out quite a lot of liquidity as well. And we took out 100x's and 50x's. Quite significant. So there is not much to do. Right? We did it. Done. Great stuff. We flipped it. We changed it. Kind of is the trend on the lower time frame already. So now we need to regain the high time frame, and fucking all-time high it is again for us. If that's going to happen. That's great stuff. Let's have a look on Hype. Hype was waiting for Bitcoin to do the move, and right now we literally doing continue as well on Hype. That's great. We don't have the reversal on that one. We didn't have here as well. I'm kind of aiming for Hype to do something like this, coming somewhere over here and going back to the daily and then regain, and you have a continuation as well, right? So that's kind of what I'm aiming. I had a little bit of long. I had much more laddered over here, a little bit over here, but still fine for me to continue. I'm in a position. I'm not really keen on shorting that heavily or that significant, but yeah, I just want to ladder longs into it. If we're gonna start to break 31, right? If you're gonna settle a lower low on the high time frame, then that's gonna be my first bigger short on Hype. So far, I'm only gonna long it. Injective didn't came into my pocket a little bit. I had some small orders over here, didn't get grabbed that even. So that impulsive move was a little bit shitty for my long on injective, but I'm still kind of aiming to that it's gonna do this kind of move. Not sure. Looking for that first. Per what got short on it, and I guess it's gonna start flipping long on it as well, so that's gonna be good. I'm manually gonna trade that as well. Didn't put any order on that one, but yeah, it's still complete. Nice. I know what you mean. Great stuff. Great stuff. We're gonna talk about the next one, Marvy. So that's great. And what more? I just want to go by dominance as well. Dominance starts to fail. That's good. We have some break of, oh my god, fucking trading view. Break of the structure on that one on 4 hours, so that's great. And if we're gonna continue, that's good. If dominance gonna fail, I want Bitcoins to go higher, and then of course, it's gonna fucking skyrocket. But this is only what you want. This area, this is only what you are waiting right now for. So that's the most important. I don't care about the rest. Yeah, I mean the dominance go higher with Bitcoin, but we did that already for so long, so I don't care that much. I really care right now for dominance to fail. start failing the structure. That's the most important. So far, we are doing it, but we did it a couple times and we regain it. So we seriously need to start failing it on a bigger time frame as well. Definitely on daily. That's didn't been broken yet, technically. So that's good. PAX is going as well. So that's as well a little bit off that both of them are going the same. US friends, Coinbase perp or tradable on the trading bot. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Nice one, Eagle. So if someone from US want to trade bots with together with Eagle on Wonder Trading, now they can on Coinbase. So if you are a fan of that, I will suggest you to look into that. And Eagle, can you send your ref link as well at the same time if you are already doing some bot marketing? So you can send a link at the same time as well for people who doesn't have it yet. Exactly. There is a ref link. I'm gonna have a nice discount on it with Eagle's cool. Yeah, that's one. Great. I thought I had it, but nice. Yeah, 10% it is. It's good. Yeah, on the monthly one. So that's great. I will use that link if I was you guys. Anyhow, going by the rest of it, just one thing. Bitcoin 24 hours volume picked up. So last time we've been here at that low, I mentioned that a couple of days ago, it's been literally last year in June as well. So really, not really coincidence, but it's really weird to see that it's exactly the same month we've been that low on the mid-max volatility on the 24 hours. If that starts to pick up and you're gonna start to see quite bigger moves, because we didn't have that in January and last one was in April. So we did all of this, what we are doing right now, kind of with that volume. So it's interesting to see that. If we start to pick up above the 3 points, then we are cooking quite heavy. If we mentioned that as well, had a nice regain on the daily. Let's see if we're gonna close that high. If not, we're gonna do some grinding, like I was mentioning, and then start to flipping the whole the whole movement. Technically, we did the V bottom on it and regained the 2.38 level. That's good. We need to hold that. This is the range what you kind of need to hold. We've been a little bit below that. We came back, and now you really want to grind and go higher and regain the 2.8. Griffane is moving. Yeah, I mean, of course, everything's gonna move right now. If Bitcoin's gonna move, either way, they are dead or not, everything's gonna pick up. So that's obvious, I guess. Not Trio. Trio was moving. Trio did kind of a good move. So didn't regain the high, but still, I like that stepwise move on it. Let's see if we're gonna hold it and carry on. So that's on the side, I guess. For our, let's have a look. Yeah, let's see if Hype's gonna regain its high. If not, then we're gonna go back to daily. I can reload my longs, and we might go even higher on that one. That's great stuff. Bitcoin holding as it is. That's great. That's good. So yeah, doing that, coming back, that could be perfect. And then you just off. All right, let's go and see some coins, some altcoins performing that I've been mentioning for so long, and no one even pulled the trigger on them. So there it is, Solana. I had a nice order placed, a little bit higher as well, and one somewhere over here, 102.6. So yeah, perfectly. I really want to reload on that one, but that's not gonna happen. It's nice. It's going up, and we regain with this move your previous swing, what bring us to the lows. So that's great. Now I'm aiming to go around 106.6. If we're gonna go over here, we might see bigger retrace on that one. If not, regain and have a continuation. Great stuff. Love it. That was a quite nice move, what I was calling for, and we literally hold the previous structure what we was building over here. We didn't come back into the super fib. I was mentioning that as well. I really don't think we're gonna come back that low. That's why I was mentioning, like, I'm gonna front run it quite heavily, and I'm gonna keep it on this structure over here first, because that one didn't been broken, right? We still can do something like this, fail that, come back, hold the low, then you have a continuation, right? That's what you want to see on it. So let's see how that's gonna play out in the longer run on it. Cookie, yeah, of course, it's spiked up, it's holding. I had this really small one position over here, almost got stopped out, but it's still carry on, still doing good. I'm not gonna add to it. This is just some freaking meme coming to me, and I really don't have faith into it, but it's nice. Use an extra party. It's richly doing what I was drawing, and that's scary as well. So let's see if you're gonna go and continue grinding it higher and higher. So eventually, right now, what you are aiming for, this to be fib doesn't work anymore. This is what I'm aiming. Oh, freaking hell, even to the T. This is what you are aiming. Why? Higher time frame, you had a lower high and lower low. We broke the structure twice already, so that's what I'm allowing. Yes, you can go even higher on that one, but let's see if there is even pressure. Regaining 105, you might aim to go in the resistance of 106 and then pull back, hold, definitely hold 119. That structure over here, keep that below as support, and then you can try to aim for 2.4. But let's see if that's gonna work either way on the longer term. Render, perfect into the pocket. I've been mentioning, I didn't pull the trigger on that one. I need to check my different exchanges. I'm gonna wait for a retrace on that one because I want a little bit more confirmation. If we're gonna continue, that's fine. Regaining any of the structure, that's perfect. And then coming back anyhow, keeping this as you low. Okay, I'm shaking a little bit too much apparently. A little bit too much coffee. Holding this as you support. Great stuff. Same what we did over here. This is kind of what I'm aiming. Same structure, but not coming lower than that, eventually holding and then going off, right? If you can build this again on render, then off we are. Yeah. I had triple espresso today before the stream. Used to wake up a little bit more, but didn't work apparently, but I'm shaking. Grass, failing after failure. The only thing what you want to see to regain, it's create a new high, of course, right? Low and start to grind. I really want this to grind a little bit more to the side. Why? Just because then you can create more support on the way up on it. Because then what you're gonna do is regain this, right? It's gonna be easier to do the stepwise go higher if you have like support building below us. I'm not seeing this spiking up quite heavily and doing some bigger things after this major failure on it. Kaito, kind of doing the thing. We didn't go lower, what I was mentioning, but we flipped perfectly the 103.5, what I was mentioning, the support on the previous swing, on the previous support, what we built. Now we are going finally and doing some bigger things on that one. Great stuff. I'm really aiming for June and a bigger retrace on that one. Fill the bags and then off we go to definitely 2.4-ish area. Right, this is your resistance. Why? If I might use the stupid fibs, then this is where I'm aiming for. Great stuff. Nice recovery. I like that. Even if it's shitty, it's still a nice recovery. You don't see that often. Sui. Start to recover as well. We have the little of the V bottom formation. Now we need to flip the weekly on it. Go a little bit higher and regain this previous structure what we built 3 times. What we've been, yeah, we didn't even regain that on this way. So flip the weekly, go higher, and then I want to see the higher high on 3.5. Regain that. So doing something like this, regain that, going back, and then you go off on for this. That's what you're aiming for right now. But we really need to hold this structure. Failing that right now and continue failing it, coming back into stupid fib, I'm not even sure that's gonna hold us, right? Because that's been already kind of taken already. But yeah, it is the grind to the downside. Like this been quite obvious that what we have been doing as well. Let me pull this, fuck this, this, and this, and this, and this. So, I mean, most of us, we know already how this plays out, right? What we do, what we're doing over here with this kind of price action. I've been mentioning that quite a lot already. This tunnel or formation, whatever you can call it. It's a freaking liquidity formation. Like we've been doing this already over here so many times, right? Same thing. And after that, what you do is popping the high, grab the liquidity, and over here, you're going to do the same eventually, right? So now it's the most important thing is to create a new higher high from this whole freaking swing point on the high time frame and to regain the 5.6. That's what you're aiming for. But this is kind of what you are aiming right now. And technically, it's playing out quite nicely. See if you're going to come lower. I don't think so. Now it's going to be continuation. And you wait for that freaking major spike up on the SUI. I'm definitely aiming that that's going to come in quite soon in play. Oh, there you have it. Exactly what I was talking about literally now. Same pattern if you want to see that, and then bang, right? So exact same thing right now. If you want to come back lower, then this is the aim for you. If not, holding March, that's fine. Regain in February, flipping that, then off you go on that one. So that's great as well. It's still holding what it should hold and doing what it need to do. Aggro, I know that some of the people are quite heavy on that one. So same thing, kind of ish. I'm hoping that's gonna have this pop again over here, right? But we've been grinding. Technically, what we are seeing right now is the higher high on the 4 hour. So that's great. We're holding this the structure, and now we really need to regain and flip the weekly, right? So doing this, coming higher on that, regain this shitty structure, coming low, hold Q2, and then you're gonna go and do some major things. On that one, we don't want to see anything below the daily, what you said right now, because coming lower than that, yes, there is February and Q4 that might hold you, but I'm not even sure that that's gonna hold the whole price section, because that's your last resort before going into that freaking structure below everything, right? We don't want that. That jump what we have right now, this is technically the new price action on it, and everything below this line doesn't matter, right? You shouldn't be counting this as a price action at all, because right now we are forming the new price action on it, I guess you can call it. And you can see kind of ish as well the way that this was a little bit shitty built on the structure on the PA, and this is a little bit better formation on it, but anyhow, it doesn't matter that much, right? The most important is holding your Q4 or going either way higher. So that's great. What I will do, set up if you're holding this or spot or whatever, this are your levels. Definitely take TPs, right? Set it up on automated on your exchange, definitely 20%, and this one as well, kind of 20%. Why? Because spiking into it, right? We're gonna see some retrace again, and then you have a continuation. So take profit, reload, off you go. Okay. Why? Because we still have a lot of resistance above us. I'm not sure if you're gonna have this massive spike, right? It doesn't happen that often and that quick, but doing kind of issue like this area, this kind of price action, spike into it, grind again, and then off you go, right? So that's that. Griffane, you said, or someone was mentioning that it's off. Yeah, it is. I mean, don't get fooled because people I see people as well like posting like, oh shit, BloFin is doing 80%. Yeah, that's fine, but do you do anything major on the chart? Right, the numbers, the percent numbers can fool you as well, what you are looking at them over here. Right, so right now, yes, you regain your local swing points, but what's the major one, what you need to do regain? It's this area, right? So technically what you're aiming for is go and regain 0.04-ish area, right? And are you gonna do it in one go? You might even, but then you aiming to do and to see something like this, right? Coming back and then doing that again. Multiple 100 times moves. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's true, but step by step, right? Let's take everything step by step. So that's why if you want to see any bigger moves like this happening, you still need to start to regain anything above it, right? Same over here, right? Imagine that what we're doing. Okay, fuck it. Let's delete everything because I really don't know what are those levels from. This move over here, right? It's been built quite the same as this, right? So what we are doing here, it's exactly the same. Okay. If you need to do this kind of bigger moves from it, like yeah, you can ladder into it, but I don't have faith into it because there is no use case for BloFin. Right, so there is no need to buy the shit. You can buy it just for shit and giggles, and if you want to see this kind of moves, then I mean, yeah, fine, wait for that. But is that guaranteed? Not sure. So far, the only thing what you're doing is exactly the same what you did over here, right? So doing any major things right this. So you're gonna see one big move, this, right? Small retrace or some cool off. Right, this, and then the bigger move is coming after that, always. Okay, so that's your takeaway, doing kind of similarity to this. Okay, yes, you can miss this the first move, but in the second one you can catch because you know that there is strength into it. So far, not much of the strength after the May, right? So it's been a while that it did something. So let's see if this gonna play out again, right? That's BloFin. Move grid update. There's something else. Gonna check the chart. If you guys have any tickers or anything, let me know. AVAX, yeah, and link, please. Oh yeah, probably you are quite heavy on AVAX, yeah. Oh, there you have it. I think I was talking to you about that one. Holding this was your support, right? I was mentioning it on AVAX. Right now, let's put this a little bit over here. Right now, what you're doing? Yes, technically we failed the low, right? This low been failed on 4 hour. You really need to regain your definitely close above 18, right? Closing above 18, great. Then you definitely gonna come around-ish area of bearish retest of this structure. So that's gonna be 18.8 or 18, right? So then what you're gonna do is something like this, wick into it, come back, hold the structure, and then you have a continuation. That's what you want to see, right? If you have any another higher low, then that's your confirmation to go higher, right? How high? Not sure yet. Definitely not just because we didn't regain anything major, right? We're grinding into the resistance right now. And on the daily, if you look at it, then the only thing what you are aiming for right now is this area to regain this pocket over here. This is the major swing what you need to regain on that one. So coming into it, right, you might see a failure, hold your previous structure. So somewhere, I guess somewhere over here is going to be, and then you have a bigger move. That's what you want to see. So far, scalping it, yes, great stuff. Spot, it's a good area to have a spot on it. Not the best one, but it's a good one. Yeah, it's a low, so it's fine to buy maybe something. Not much, but so there is plenty ways to look at it. But that's what I will having in mind. And I guess this area been already quite for a while over here, and this is what you really need to regain. All this, regain this. This you support, this you resistance right now, and you need to play. Otherwise, you're gonna see maybe even this right? Okay, not in the time perspective that I'm drawing it, but some of the sideways moves, bigger formation, and then you might spike it up, right? So that's definitely on the table for Link. Yes. Or for AVAX, Link. Where did I had it? There. Yeah, not much change. I mean, you really need to start to regain the stuff above you, because right now you are coming into the resistance on the daily wise, right? So we need to regain that stuff, go higher to have this as a V bottom, regain, and go higher, and then grind it to the 15.4, have a bigger retracement, and off you go to the super VIP on the higher time frame, right? It looks like it might do it. Like most of the coins doing exactly the same right now, and we do kind of a good numbers on it. But now it's the game of regaining and holding the structure, right? Because still, after you regain shit, you still like can fail quite heavily, right? So that's why I said like regain is one, and then holding it is second one. So that means regain and then hold your structure, right? This is your second and bigger confirmation to go higher, right? That's why you follow by that. So yeah. Yeah, I can do that. Oh, you want Jesus. Sorry, I don't have my glasses on today. Okay. Where I assume it's spot. So where is your average entry on that one, Marvi? Okay, so then I want to hold this. Driving. Okay, never mind then. Great stuff. Yeah, that's a nice push. We kind of is regaining the local structure on it. I like that. Now we need to hold it. Just because this looks shit, right? This looks horrendous. But it looks shit on the high time frame, monthly and weekly. Daily, not so much. If we're gonna close the daily somewhere around here, because then what you would like to see, I'm gonna talk about the daily because I know you are on the spot, so it's gonna be a little bit on the longer term. So for now, holding this, right, closing over here, I would like to come about Q3 back into it and hold this as your previous structure. If that's gonna happen and you regain May, then that's perfect. Why? Because right then you're gonna go and start to regain the high time frame on the weekly. That's the biggest aim. If that's gonna happen on the weekly chart, right? If you're gonna have this bigger move right now as well, and we're gonna come close to 0.03, that's great because you need to regain that. Then come low, settle it down, and then you're gonna spike it up again. You really want to change this all pricing because still this is to the downside, right? Either way, we have a bigger move or impulsive move right now. We need to break something to the upside and hold it to change any kind of structure what we built so far on it, right? So this is really what you are aiming for right now. You want to flip this by doing that on the higher time frame. Yes, it's gonna take some a while, but it does kind of bigger moves quite quickly. So I would not be that worried about it. Coming close about the Q2 0.03. That's great. Flip that, then you have a continuation, right? That's great stuff. And then you are aiming for February. But that's what you want to see. You want to see to break this freaking channel, right? If you're gonna see another failure, some over here, and fail the lows, then that's done. That's gonna continue, right? You don't want to see this again, right? Oh, you Canadian syrup. Is this the right chart, by the way, for it? Oh. Okay, I'm assuming it's a good chart. It's looking great. Why? You are holding the lows perfectly on that one, and you start to regain it as well. So this move is, if you're gonna close a daily right now, then weekly it is, you're gonna create another higher high, and then you're gonna do this move, and then going bigger, right? So it looks good. It looks great for continuation. Definitely on the high time frame, it looks perfect. But you need to really watch out for it, just because it's this is grinding to the upside, right? Oh my god. Grinding to the upside, right? And doing this kind of moves. I will not be surprised, just because it is a kind of a meme, if this is gonna do the something like that, right? To grab this liquidity to the downside, because we've been kind of holding. Oh, that's perfect. Even holding the liquidity bands. That's on a weekly or a daily. Let's have a look on the 4-hour. Yeah, it's holding quite heavy, and that's good. If you still holding the lows, you're going higher. That's perfect. That's what you want, right? On it. That's really good. But then I will be really worried, because you don't do major structure to the downside. You just grinding it. You might break it once to grab the liquidity. Why it doesn't show me? Isn't not any liquidity on it? Maybe it's there is not enough chart for it. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's great. Good stuff. It's still continuation. It's not much to say. Holding Q2 over Q3 right now, it's great. You need to flip the weekly to go higher. And yes, you can argue you break the structure on the lower time frame, but you always been doing that, right? You always broke the structure and you went higher. You didn't create a lower low on a higher time frame. So that's what you are aiming for, right? And now you don't need to worry, because this is the worry area. If you're gonna start breaking anything, coming close to that one and close below, then yes, you start to change. So far, you're going up. Polishman. Oh, look at that, who is here. Alright, cool. Gonna drop. Nice. But that's what you are aiming for. And it's great. Flip weekly. Off you go. But make sure you take always some profit on the higher highs, because technically you are always going into the blue sky breakout area, right? So you don't know how higher you go. I'm gonna go, but take some profit, let it run, take some profit, come back, reload, and off you go. That's what I will aim for. Yeah, but it's nice, really good. Maybe we should look into for a botting eagle. Did you have a look on Zero, by the way? Kind of having nice structure, but could be interesting for botting so far. So what's Bitty doing? Not enough history. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, that's true. Maybe on really low time frame, but that's gonna be yeah, it's fine. But could it be nice for in the future to look into it? Yeah, we are really going into the resistance right now. We kind of struggling with that one. Start to going and flipping this resistance, and we might even go to 110. So yeah, where is mine? Hippie. Yeah, I'm reckon that Hype is gonna do something like this as well. Same with what Bitcoin's gonna do, and that's why I'm kind of like mention that as well slowly. Don't want to be like big on it. What Hype is doing, it's similar to Bitcoin, but right now Hype is kind of waiting for Bitcoin. This, like, what Bitcoin is doing over here, it's kind of impulsive, right? It's 4.4% from the bottom, right? And we regain the structure. That's fine. But what Hype is doing right now is kind of waiting for Bitcoin, if it's gonna continue doing the move higher, or if we're gonna start to retrace, right? So that's why I'm kind of like aiming that they going side by side and one is waiting for another one. Yes, this can go straight up and do the move and then retrace quite quicker. But right now, they just literally waiting for Bitcoin to finish its move, I guess. But it looks quite positive. But the thing is, like I was been mentioned as well, like this impulsive move, right? Be careful as well with it because I really want to see what Friday is gonna do. Remember, tomorrow we're gonna have half a day of market open, technically in US, so they close quicker or earlier. And Friday it's market close, so we're gonna have a long weekend. So I'm guessing that's because this is quite impulsive as well and good. We regain stuff, perfect. But then we might see something like this. Gonna be horrendous because we break stuff, we regain, we break stuff and regain again. Yes, but it could be because hype is waiting for it, because hype still can do something like this because we didn't regain the high, right? And then it can do the major move, right? But we did somewhere over here. But let's see. So if that's gonna be true, if 4th of July is gonna be the dump day, then this is like pre-filling the bags for to shorting it, right? I'm not saying that you should short or sell, but this is kind of what I'm having in my back in my mind, just because everyone is talking about it from US and like the numbers right now, like literally we're doing quite heavily numbers on some of the coins, certainly, right? It's Wednesday, it's always kind of a green day. And for market shifting. Yeah, Marvin, that's why I mentioned. Yeah, that's why most of the times they do that on 4th of July. And that's why they pump the bags right now, fill the bags for the shorts. And then we could see this failure, bigger move to the downside, holding it through the weekend. And then Sunday spike it again, right? This might be the move that they fill up their own bags because we are getting into the resistance. And then tomorrow, half a day, and it's gonna be only. Yeah, I kind of see it. I don't think. I mean, I'm not sure if it's gonna be weird or not, but it's gonna be seriously like suspicious if they're gonna do this right now, all-time high today, and they're gonna have long weekend off. So from here to go and do this, I mean, I don't know. I don't see that. So. Yeah, I don't know. And as well on on the RSI, we pick up the strength quite quickly. And right now we are almost on 67 since this whole move. Either way, Wavemaster still didn't get that high, right? So the strength what we had from the lows was filled quite heavily and quicker than, for example, over here, right? We went literally from the bottom to the top already on the strength, right? I'm not really like seeing when we did that last time on it. Yeah. But yeah, it's something to consider as well and something to keep in mind, especially on 1 hour. You can see quite heavily where we are getting really overheated already on all of the oscillators. The volume suit, I'm still playing around with it just to see how it's gonna suit it and how it's gonna perform. And so far, we're squeezing, right? It's really quite overheated. So I'm not gonna be surprised if we start to heavily fail it. So far, yeah, we went really heavily from the bottom to the highs, straight ahead. So this move was a little bit too hold. Why the 4th of July? Yeah, look, I have no clue. I'm not from America. I don't know. Just because it's a holiday day, people like to take profit on the holidays days, right? Same as on the Christmas or that kind of stuff. Apparently, that's a thing in the US. I don't know. I'm not from there, so you need to ask someone from US. But apparently that's the thing what they've been doing every single year on 4th of July. Like, let's see if I can. Right. Let's go on the daily. 2000. Here, there it is. Same thing, right? We didn't break anything on that one. But there we have it. This is the bigger move, filling the bags, right? That's last year. And then the second, the third, and the fourth one. So on the 4th of July, on the open of the candle, they did 11% to the downside. Right? But we didn't regain anything on the move up, right? But they filled up the bags before we moved. Okay, it was 2 days before. Same, right? Right now we are on the second one, and on the second over here they failed, but on the first one they filled up the bags apparently, and they did the move to the downside 11%, right? But that was the move what we've been doing this whole shenanigans, or however you want to call it, right? And what did we had over here in the bear market? June. Wait, what? Oh, here. I was looking the wrong date. Same thing, right? Look at that. We broke the 3rd of July. We broke the structure, right? We regain every single thing over here on the daily. We broke it, and then on the fourth one, they dump it 5%, right? It's not much for Bitcoin, but still, they dump it on the on 4th of July. So if you go back in the time and you look at the dates, then yeah, apparently they been doing that. Yeah. After we got another regain, and then we had the bigger failure on that one. So yeah. Yeah. Apparently it's the what they do. I would not be surprised if they're gonna do it the same, right? Look at the day right now, and imagine that from tomorrow and the day after, like do another what 5% ish area, 6 either way. Where do you get? Look at that. That's on the daily. So either way, right? You have your high on the higher time frame, your previous low, and what do you get? And then what you're doing. Fair enough. So yeah, could be that they're filling the bags, and it looks like because this kind of impulsive move from only the dump to this area of the whole of the structure. I mean, come on, it's obvious, right? We don't need to be like fucking rocket science to see that this is a little bit too controlled. Same as this move over here, and this the whole fucking structure what we've been breaking, holding, breaking, holding, break a little bit, and then freaking skyrocket like please. That's been obvious. Literally, those freaking 100x's are so similar in steps wise as well. So yeah, it's something, I guess. Well, let's see if that's gonna play out this year. It's gonna be interesting. 4th of July. I need to remember that one because I'm gonna forget about it definitely Friday. But let's see. Anything else, guys, that you want to see on the coins? Stickers, coins, price action, indicators, maybe. Whatever, what you wish for. I guess we went through everything. Oh yeah, the thing what I want to show is bands. Guys, try to use the bands more often on your charts. Either way, don't trade from it, but just for confirmation, yes. Like, look what Hype is doing as well, right? Where do we been? Like, we failed that. We took all of the liquidity, and right now, literally, we back again above the freaking core of the band, 150 axis, right? Yes, we have some negativity inflow. We still can do a little bit higher, 41-ish area, come lower, fill the bags, and off we go. If I have time, of course I have time. That's why I'm here. I guess. Copycat. Doesn't matter which one, right? Nice. I like that. I like this. I'm gonna I'm gonna come back to the wave master, but I like this. I like this structure, right? Higher highs, lower highs, higher highs, lower highs. I like it. Perfect. On the daily, that's amazing. Right now, do it again. Pop this high. That's gonna be February. That's gonna be really massive. Pop this. Come back, and then you freaking doing a bigger move on that one. I like that. Yeah. Definitely June. Fail June. Come back. Go higher. Yeah. And that's off on the 4 hour. Really nice. I like this price action. If someone caught this, then yeah. And technically what you are doing, like if people likes the pattern, then right. There it is. And this is what we've been mentioning as well on quite a lot of chart events. Like this one, this third, this second, this is third, right? Come back as well. Fourth, and what you're gonna have, break freaking out from it, right? You tap into this resistance area quite a lot of times. And now you're gonna expand from it. Nice. Really nice. This is what you want. This is the best and the perfect one. If you want to I'm not really pattern guy, but this is massive. Waiting to load, or should I say, what do you think works on the Wave Master? How do Jesus? You guys have the same icon of the avatar, so I think this is the same person, but it's two different persons talking to you. Wait, okay. Prabhu, you first because you asked about the pepper. Waiting for a load. Yeah, that's fine. How do we capture the how do we capture the bottom? Like, I mean, it's you can do it in different ways. Right now, you technically miss the move because oh, we didn't even reach it. So that's how you can catch it if you use the stupid fibs, right? Try catch it. You can front run it most of the times as well. You will need to it on those kind of coins. But over here, for example, you got it, right? If you ladder into it, then that's your entry on it. And then you have this ones on to take TPs. Eventually, yeah, you miss that one, but then I will wait if we can have another one. But eventually, I'm not sure if you're gonna pop this right now. You either way can go to June. You need to try to catch the lows on it, right? So definitely use the stupid fibs. Right now, we're aiming for this area to have a retrace. Right, this is your high, this is your low. So coming into it, you might see a retrace. Daily open as well. It's not tested on it, so you can try to front run daily open. Use your previous low as your stop loss. Something like this. Then technically you're gonna see the stupid flip into it. Right, if you're gonna be somewhere around here, no matter what. Right. So that's how you can catch it. But on alts, especially on Popcat and those kind of alts, they are quite volatile and they can front run the shit out of you. So be prepared to get skipped quite often. But this is what I would suggest you to do. Levels as well. Watch out for levels coming back into the daily. That's been not tested at all. Right? On all of the coins. None of the coins been tested on the daily because we went parabolic from it. So that's the level to watch for it, and then re-enter it, right? So that's what I will do. Okay, Marco, now you. Wave Master. What do you use on the Wave Master? So you mean the settings, right? Those are my settings on Wave Master. So what I'm having, it's quite easy, I guess, on the eyes and as well on. Let me collapse this, and move this. So this is what I'm using on Wave Master, right? I like to have it clean as possible. Use the most important things. So that means I love the harmony. I'm all about the harmony signal move. Not really signal move, but mode is it. So I like the harmony just because of the old days when I used to have it. Reversals are the most important one with the trend change, right? So those are the triangles and the yellow dots, the reversals on, right? Confluence I do not have on it anymore, and cash flow I do, but only the cross. So the flips, like the flips or the crossover of the negative to positive. So those I have on, but I'm gonna show you how to change that. So cash flow I have switched on. Then height frequency bots or HFT influence bots. Those are the bars in the middle, right? Those are what I use. Then overbought and oversold lines. So those are the lines, right? And then the trend divergence. So that's the blue dots over here into that. Then of course the divergence fast on it, and that's all what I'm using. Then you go to style and cash flow. I switched it off, right? So those are the lines, the graph inside. I switched that off, but the cash flow reversal, so that it crosses, I have it switched on the biggest line. So they make it bigger because on the smallest one, you don't see them. Bigger one, and then you can choose whatever you want. You want the cross or the bubbles or whatever as a visuals, right? And I'm using this like if there is only positive or negative cash flow in or out, right? Makes sense? And the rest is just ticked on. Those are my settings. So you can screenshot this. Like, I guess this is the most important, what you need, right? And if you want, just let me know in the DM. I can send you the screenshot fully of all my indicators, but I have set it up for the students as well. But that's why I'm using it. And this is kind of the way I've been playing around with it for like ages already. And it sounds really, really great to catch the moves, especially on the coins that I'm trading. So like Hype, for example, most of the times I'm playing around. This is the most confluence what I'm looking at, right? So definitely the Wave Master. On top of that, I'm looking at the on-chain, what's happening. And then the RSI I'm using pure only to see if there is any more strength into it to go higher or not, right? That's the only thing what I'm using those three together as oscillators, right? So this is the most confluence. So yeah, negative cash flow. So eventually over here, what you're having, right? You did the move, then you had the regular divergence, you had first reversal, second reversal, your money outflow, that the thin line went below, so negative. We had the trend change and negative money outflow. So yeah, confirmed. And then the high time frame bots switch to the bottom, right? So that was easy short, definitely. And that's how I'm using it. I'm trading high time frame for 4 hour, sometimes daily. I'm not really bothered with the lower time frame anymore. Too lazy for it, and I don't have that much time to sit and babysit the charts. I rather wait a little bit longer, go a little bit heavier on the position, and let it run. So yeah, Found it much more peaceful, I guess. Also, oh, so the line, sorry, I didn't see your last message. So this, right? What you can see, those are the lines. When you click on them, right, you see what's flicking and what's not, right? You see that? Technically, what it shows you is already the area where the coin or the asset can be most oversold or overbought. So that's always around the 60, above, below 60. So the 60 is the kind of line in the sand, what we use on most of our indicators or oscillators. And when you're coming above that line, so you get overbought, oversold areas, right? So that's already like same on the what you're using over here on the RSI. Same thing, right? When you get come quite on those lines, top lines, that means it is time to look for any reversal, right? On 1 hour. That's perfect to see how the oscillator is behaving on 1 hour because it's quicker and it's quite natural as well. On 4 hour, it takes a little bit more time on it, but those are the lines. You still can, if you want, if you like the visuals, you can use the OB and OS zones. So when let it load, you're gonna see the green and the red colors. So that means this is the area. When you start to come into that area, it starts to get thicker and darker or much more vibrant. So that gives you more accuracy in how heavy it's oversold or overbought something, right? You can kind of backtest it as well. It gives you quite good results. I'm not using them just because I don't like too much on my charts. It's a little bit too bright or too vibrant, so I switch them off. I know already if we're gonna reach the lines, that's the area, and how heavier is, so how deeper you get into that line, right? So this is quite heavy because we went like seriously below that. So I don't need to know that anymore. Because once you're gonna start using it and get along with it, then you're gonna understand it much more. And you're gonna see things as well quicker and better without even having them on. You're gonna understand it. Sometimes I even switch off the divergence off, just because there is sometimes can get a little bit cluttered as well, like somewhere over here. Right, I know already that this is divergence as well. I spot that as well. If I'm going on lower time frame, I can spot it by myself, but it's fine to have the line just to visuals or something, like if you like that, right? So that's kind of how I'm using it. This is my standard setting, always. This is my only standard setting, same as with ALGO Master, right? So I was testing only. ALGO Master is my standard setting as well. So this is always what I'm using. The bands, order books, only those two things. And sometimes I'm setting the stupid fib just to confirm myself. Sometimes I'm like most of us as well, like confusing or not really seeing something. Then I just want to confirm if the thing what I'm seeing is right, it's correct. And I'm having it gray out just because most of the times I'm having this as well on. And if I'm running those two together, then yeah, I'm looking for the overlapping stuff, right? Weekly, order book, band coming together. All right, cool. So right now, if you're gonna start failing something, right, where do we get? This is the band overbought area. Hold this, come along, break this, come over here, and this is gonna be a turnaround point, right? So still 2 positions to run. Break those 2, then yeah, we break the whole freaking trend, and we're gonna go lower. Where lower? This is the area where I'm aiming them for. This block. Anything in between, I don't care. Right? And yeah, just because it's gray, it's not that I don't like colors. It's just to make it more visual and not to be like into your face. right? Because too much colors on the screens can get a little bit, yeah, overwhelming, I guess, and you're not seeing the right things what you need to see. And the colors doesn't matter. You don't need them. So yeah, same thing. What I'm that's why I'm using bands as well on liquidations. Like the same thing, right? Confluence. What are we doing right now? Technically trading below the 150 axis band, right? Flip that. That means flip the weekly. Do this. Make a high from it. Come retest. Where do we go? Definitely this area, right? What can we do? Definitely hit this area, right? Where is it? 50. That's what I've been mentioning. Next high, it's going to be around this 50. Come back, retest the band and take all of the liquidity to the downside. The next step, right? Why? We've been doing this for quite a while already. Same thing. Come lower, retest, lower, retest, lower, right? Without breaking the lows. Make sense? I hope so. In my mind, it does. But yeah, apparently I'm having some weird mind as a Polish guy, so. Oh yeah, it's kind of interesting. And now after this impulsive move, you're gonna see some 4-hour shitty candles, open and close, something like this. Low volume shit, fail, and off you go. So predictable, I guess. Cool. Now that makes sense. Okay, cool. Nice, guys. Anything else that you want to see? I don't think there is much to talk about it after yapping from Viking as well. And the things what he shows. What is this doing? See? Tia, 10% move, but still didn't break anything. Like, this gonna be freaking easy. If that's gonna fail the weekly, where do you go? Daily, right? Break the daily. Great. Cool. Thank you very much. Very wizard, Harry. I'm Harry. I always want to be a Harry. Magician. Magic. Oh, how is this doing? I like my scribble. I'm gonna keep it. Flip June. Oh shit. Yeah, deep need to flip June right now. Nice regain technically on it. Wait, let me go a little bit deeper on that one. I like that. Really nice. If it's gonna be possible for deep to do something like this, right? Regain this stuff because this been already regained. Great shit. Going back Q3-ish area either way, and off you go to 0.17, right? Oh my god. Then you're gonna see something like this and then try to regain that. Great stuff. I like this. I like this, that we keep this as a V bottom. I really like that on deep. I hope it's gonna keep that doing. We're not gonna come lower than that. Because technically, it's exact the same thing. I can remove this and this as well. Technically, we're doing exact the same thing as over here, right? Same thing. And if you're gonna start popping it, then yeah, February might be again. Ooh. What do I think? Do you want the fundamentals or chart wise? Fundamentals, I don't even remember what they used to do. Well, I know that I used to have some. I mean, I had spots somewhere over here back in the days. I remember that, but after that, yeah, no matter. I used to trade that. I remember. Technically, if you ask me for chart, then it's great. This move was good, right? Regain some stuff. We holding it kind of ish. After even setting lower low, we start to regain. Now, the thing is, either way, we did this whole move, right? And I bet you that this, yeah, didn't even reach it. So you really need to hold your Q2 and Q3, either way, March, right? Doing, holding this, going some over here, and start to grind it again higher. Because right now, what you're gonna see on that one, definitely what they're gonna do is, again, right, another high, coming low, another high, and start to grind it, right? This is what you want. If you see this, then there is more potential to go and regain 103 on it. If not, it starts to fail and trade below March, then that sucks, because you're gonna settle another low if you don't want to see this on it, right? But yeah, that's what I would do. It's great, it's holding it, so it's nice, but you want to regain your January's, is that, I guess? June. Oh no, January. January. Fucking hell, it's so small. January. Yeah, so you need to regain that to go higher. But eventually, remember as well, this is what you're waiting for. Why? Because you set a new low. You broke the structure as well completely. You set a new low and you need to regain that. So that's why I'm thinking about PRV. What was it? No, it's not Crow, it's Curve. What was that name of it? Curve? Curve? What was the... Fuck, I don't remember. CRV, what was the name of it? Yeah, Curve, see? Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, that's what you aim for. So yeah, you technically can have another 65% move. Don't get me wrong, it's freaking good and big, right? But structure-wise, you really need to regain this shit to go higher, right? So continue grinding it. Either way, you're gonna have ladder some position into it. Then yes, I will ladder in something around from this area to the low, not lower than that, right? If you want to build some position on it, then yes. But remember, and please make sure you take freaking profit on this high as well, right? We still can pop it, but we still can do this on it, right? If you're gonna have a continuation to the downside, you never know. But that's the thing. If you want to play it as a spot, then that's the way I will do. I will ladder into it, settle some bits into the low, and then take some bigger profit on the 0.8, and the rest you run it and let it run to see if you can regain this, right? And then you're gonna be around 103. If you regain 103 or higher, then and only then when you regain this, right, you're gonna settle any highs that closed. You can retrace on it and you go ballistic, right? But only then. So far, you're not doing that yet. Okay? Be aware of that, please. Leverage, it's a little bit too risky. I will play it on leverage if you do this, right? This move, so settle the high, come low, to the low, settle another low. I might put some leverage on it over here. Then yes, on here, I will put some spot on it. Why? Because I still don't know if this even will be a hit, right? Or it will be survive. Yes, it gives you some strength, but it's only one kind of bigger move from the whole way down. Okay? So you need to see some more confirmation on that one. Technically as well, if you want to see if you want to play it on leverage or not. The thing is, this is the first high, and high time frame looks like we might even go lower. So leverage I will not do, right? Like I said, if this on weekly is going to be somewhere over here, and you're going to have the trend change reverse or something like this, right? Then yes, you have some more confidence into it to play around, and the strength's going to be here as well on a weekly, right? But then you're going to do something like this, right? Then maybe yes, because technically, right, you're playing this. then yes. But now, if you want to see any strength on it, what I will do and what I would prefer, and that's why I prefer like most of my students as well, like, listen, if you are not sure, if you want to be in a position where you're not sure, just small amount, really small amount, no need to be big, don't think big, that will come later on. Ladder in to the lows and keep it. If that small amount gonna make you money, right? Because it did over here, you took some profit, right? That's fine. Take that profit, freaking take the profit. I don't want to hear you that you didn't take. Take that profit, and then coming back into it, use that profit. Either way, enter a leverage. Why? You have a confirmation that you have a trend change on it, right? After the low, you create a new high. Now you're gonna go and try to regain it again. So that move is gonna be even bigger, right? Yes, you're gonna come back into resistance. What do? Bigger profits, right? And then you really want to see and hold that and go higher. That's what you want to see. Then you can play around with leverage. Right now, I will put a little bit on spot and see how that's gonna behave. Right? Make sense? Most of you guys as well, I'm not saying that all of you, but most of you guys need to forget about the massive freaking bigger moves or whatever to catch that with leverage. Forget that. If you don't take that on spot, then forget it about leverage, because leverage you can lose quite quicker and quite easier than spot, right? That's why I said, make sure, give yourself confluence, right? How do you do that? Buy something on spot, regain. If you regain, take the profit, play bigger game then. Then you have a confluence like, okay, I have the regain of the high, I'm holding the low. Let's go a little bit bigger, step by step. Don't go all fucking in. Because to be honest with you, I'm not having that much faith into it, right? I'm not saying we cannot do this. It still may be possible. I'm not sure yet, because this doesn't give me this vibes yet, right? It still can be possible. It still can do whatever. Or I'm not sure even if they are cooking something on fundamentals, whatever. But chart wise, this is the first sign for strength. Second one, it's gotta be regaining this, setting a new low, higher low, and have a continuation. If you regain this position, right, where are you aiming then? Because this regains whole of this. Then, and only then, you can talk about this. Right? So that's your next freaking move. But you need to regain your local position first. Not doing that, don't even forget about the high. And yes, you can come after me if this is gonna do one fucking big ass move, but who fucking knows that, right? But that's the risk what you need to take. And if you want to be in a position, buy some spot. Small position, buy some spot. And see what it's gonna perform, right? If it start to performing, you can always go higher and leverage or bigger, whatever. But going right now, it's a freaking risky move. So are you gambling or are you trading? Right? Thank you, Angie. Thank you for it. Yeah, those are the bands, yeah. Yeah, it's so the thing is, it's not about that it looks nicer on the chart only, but there is a use case for it, right? Both of them have a bigger use case. So levels, right? This gives you perspective where the price can go, as in holding the levels, for example, or regaining the levels, right? And whatsoever. These are the spots what you are aiming as in point of interest on levels of liquidity. Using it, oh fucking hell, using it as a band, there is a different use case for that. Because now you see like, okay, how deep can you go on the retracement, right? Because the things is you follow the lines. The core is the main core of the band. So that's the 150 axis. Then you go to the 20, 10, 5, 3, right? So how lower you go, how much more liquidity you grab. So there is no point to go lower. Eventually over here, you could know that this will be the low point where we've been there. We didn't break that the previous swing by grabbing that liquidity, but there is much less liquidity left for us to grab, so it's not that important. So what you're gonna do, you recover it and you go higher, right? But second use case for the bands is continuation in the trend. What do I mean by that? Is keep the middle line as your guidance. And what are we doing? The whole way up, right? What did we do? We came into the band and we went higher, right? We've been jumping from the band constantly above it. So when you are above it, it means higher and only higher. When you're gonna be below it, the band, right, on the higher time frame, what does that mean? Regain, flip it, and off you go. Right? That's the use case what I'm using as well for it. Yes, we fail and regain that band over here. Well, we are the first failure on the liquidity band, right? Yes, that's true, technically, but keeping the structure as well, we didn't fail the daily. We didn't break the daily. Yes, we went a little bit lower as the low, but we didn't go lower on the wick as well. So we still technically keeping the trend up. We just grabbed the most liquidity to go higher because eventually apparently we needed that to do it. So we gained that, we flipped that, and we're holding that, right? So that's why now what we are aiming for, we might see another failure to grab the liquidity, right? Because this has been forming the liquidity as well. Grab, hold of this level, and then you have a bigger gain and grab the liquidity. Then where are we going to? 50-ish? Yeah, can be. Right? That's the way how I'm looking at the bands and why I'm using them. This is the most important thing. Are we going up? How? We're keeping up the trend of the liquidity bands, right? Failing that, flipping that, and keeping flipping that below, then we go lower. Same on our lovely Bitty. I like that one as well. Same here, what we've been doing constantly, right? Same here, what are we been doing? Same thing. Right now, yes, we went lower, we grabbed the liquidity. What do? Regain. We're trying to flipping the liquidity. We still can grab it one more time. And then off we go, right? How high do we go? So next one is here. And the second one is here. What I've been saying that we're gonna go as maximal for the next leg up, come over here. Because those liquidity from the core to the 20 US are the most important one. The rest one are not that heavy on return for it, right? You go that high. But yes, they are still there, so it's considered that we still can go there, right? It's average of the moves, what we can do. So yes, so far, this is it. This is what we are aiming for. That's how you can use the bands for. Technically, you should, right? Yeah, this is great stuff to keep in mind, because the thing is, grabbing this, you have much more confluence to go higher because you know you took out most of the liquidity out of the market of the Bitcoin, right? Everyone got stopped out. So what's left to do? Turn around and go higher for the leftovers, right? Same here. I'm doing exactly the same thing. Now go higher, and then another one. We can do that 3 times either way because we farm same liquidity. We've been adding it constantly. That's why I've been mentioning as well to you guys why I'm looking at the daily opens. On the daily opens, all of those lines got redo or re-enter into the market. You will see today on the daily market somewhere over here, 150, 150-ish. They will be added into it, right? So now I know, okay, so where do they fill the gap, or where do they feel the need to re-enter? So if, for example, now we're gonna have 150 X's over here, right? Grabbing them, holding the structure, bang, right? If they start to fill this gap over here, let me switch this off, this gap over here, right? Coming lower, break the structure, where do we go? It's a magnet, right? If you look at that. So yeah, kind of fish how I'm working with the 100 axis and the liquidity. Same here, yeah. So yeah, that's how I'm looking at it. Makes sense? I hope so. But if you look at a high time frame, that's even neater. Like same thing, right? Bear market. Where was the flip? Very odd. That was the flip of the bear market, right? To the bull market, technically. And what we've been doing, going back into the band, off we go. All this, we was grinding into that band, right? We took all of the freaking liquidity. Come back, flip it again, right? This hold of this band, where did that took us? On the higher time frame, right? Weekly, bang. And right now, what are we doing? Into the band, right? We destroyed all of this liquidity till 20 axis. Regain, come higher. Took out the 20 axis as well. And now we are technically holding the band. And what we can do is one more. Bang. Right? You're just playing ping pong in between, technically. That's the only thing what the whole thing is doing. He have his own reasons for that as well. I'm not saying I'm not agreeing with him, but I'm not thinking that's the area what it can hold us. He's thinking about the RS flips. Yes. So he's thinking about 92, right? 92 area is here, below a yearly. I'm not really agree with that specific time price action. Why? Because it's already below the yearly, and yearly is kind of the line in the sand where we've been breaking it and regaining it to go higher. That's a break of this structure, right? Technically on body. So doing this, so going only by the body, right? He wants technically for this gap to be filled, and this is kind of each area that we've been flipping. So what he wants to see is going lower into that. Technically, if we're gonna do that, then I guess we will go lower either way, because what's the point to stopping here? But he wants to see something like this, right? Yes and no, in my perspective. Just to be honest with you, this pin already flipped twice. So for me, the line in the sand is gone already, technically, and the yearly open as well. He been mentioning it for a while. We could have kind of reaction from it. So if you're gonna come back to it, doing that, and then something like this, right? Yes, I will maybe agree a little bit more on that one. If that happens, why? Because we keep the structure in this area. So yeah, I agree, right? And then start to fail bigger time, doing this, fail this, and coming up one last more time and do that. All possible. But that's the thing, that 91, I'm not really seeing it, kind of ish area. But yeah, it's this his point of view. Everyone has his different one, and yeah. Or 92, 91, whatever it was. He's changed that quite well. Let me check what he was posting in the pro signals. 91 support. Yes and no. I kind of see what he sees on that one, but I'm not thinking that that's going to be the biggest support. The one, what he's mentioning, the 74 giga support. Yes, I agree with that. But then he's aiming for this price action. I agree that this is the support. We've been there already, kind of ish, slowly touching the area. But if we're gonna do that, right? What does that mean? We break this. We hold this, that's fine, but we break this. I'm not sure after the 73 we're gonna be able to get this resistance or even higher. Why? Because then we break structure, right? Yeah, he's very high time frame, yeah, as well. Yeah, he's not really for the local moves as well. That's true, Lesby. He's really keen on high time frame. But for me as well, this move break the structure. I'm structure guy, so we settle a new low, right? After that, if you're gonna settle a new high, I mean that's gonna be freaking weird if you're gonna push through it. But it's possible. Yes, it is. But so far, structure-wise, after the new low, we have a bearish retest, right? And okay, we can wick into it and close over here and fail. All possible, right? That's all freaking possible. But still, what I'm aiming for, right, technically, is to front run it and 88.7. If we're gonna come that low from the failure of this move, if we start to go lower, right, then 88.7 front run that, and then we might see the all-time high 20-ish, 120-ish area, right? Or even better, I will assume, doing this move, right? If you're gonna come lower to this move, wick into it, wick into it, and then retrace, close over here, and then go higher. Because then you retest this whole area. After, when you're gonna come lower, you're gonna slide quite quicker to go to 60-ish area. Look at the band of the weekly. We were way above 100 X's, but a lot of people having been bearish to go lower. You mean on the Bitcoin, right? Yes, I mean, yeah, that's true. We didn't even reach that area. So the thing is, what you should think about it, like, what's to grab? That's not much technically to grab. Yes, there is much more short liquidity, right? But then breaking the structure and going lower, yearly December, if this is your area to go for, because that's the heaviest liquidity on high time frame, then yeah, you're gonna grab this, right? So going to 88.7, right? Look where the bands are forming. So coming some over here, that's your whole freaking liquidity to grab, and that's gonna push you higher, right? Yeah, see, I agree with you, ain't you? Yeah, see, that's why. I mean, yes, we regained that, but we did that in April. So from April, we've been building all of this liquidity below us, right? To grab, technically. And what's there to grab for us? Is this appealing for market makers? It's only appealing to destroy all of the shorts from here, right? That's the only appealing. So that's the liquidity area. But leverage, there is not much over there. Why? Because we didn't do this kind of move to form every leverage liquidity on top of us, to going back and destroyed it. Right? Same over here. Why didn't we go higher over here? Exactly. Oh, that's a good one, technically. Why didn't we do that move over here? Why didn't we go higher? Same here. Look what we took out. Why didn't we go higher? Right? Same here. Same here. Why did we go for this? Because this was much more appealing, and this was the bounce for us to go higher. Right? That's what you need to think. Where is the magnet? Magnet is money. Where is the money? Is it above or below us? Yes, above there is some, like I said, only by shorts, what's been piling and stacking above this area. Is that reasonable to kill them? Yeah, technically it is, and then retrace and take them out. Could be, right? But this starts to stack a little bit more below us to grab. And eventually we didn't do it over here. So we retrace right now, but we still can fail that, right? There's still possibility to go lower. And if, but I'm telling only if, I'm not saying that we will, if we're gonna go lower, right? You grab that. So you're gonna take the first 20, 150, again 20, and then wick into the 10-ish, right? Area. So wick into this area, come back, and that's your move, right? Why wick into it? Because when you're gonna go back around this into the bear market, you're gonna glide kind of easier through this price action. It's not gonna stop you anymore because it's been tested on the way down. Because this area have been not tested anymore before we went higher, right? Makes sense? Then over here, we're gonna fuck around a little bit. So that means we're gonna do one more because that was your high. So this is gonna be technically your low, lower high, bear market, hello. Right? Makes sense? Bands works on every single coin. If there is volume and history, then yes, the bands are working on all of the coins. Like I've been using it on Hype as well, on all of the coins, no matter what. There is history, volume, then it's working. Right? See, this is just the pure history what Hype having. So on the weekly, not really much to say about it, but still, we've been quite heavy above it. Injective, same thing. Where we've been struggling on the weekly, exact same thing, right? Flip that. That's why I was telling you doing this, right? What I am aiming for, regain this whole stuff, right? Flip that, regain, create a new high, settle a new low around the Q3 higher low, sorry. But then, how does the weekly look like, right? Look at this, right? This move, where we fail over here. What do we do? Constantly we came back into the band, we push lower, flip that, one more, grab the liquidity, and we fail. And now, what do we start to do on the higher time frame, on the weekly? Perfectly, literally to the T on the March, look how we perfectly failed that. Look how many pressure it was built over here to push us lower. Like this price action is incredible if you look at that on weekly. Those closes literally below March. That's why I'm saying flip March, aiming to this area. We need to flip this, right, on a lower time frame. That's what I'm aiming for. This is the reason. Because all of this liquidity, and then you start, if you start to flip that, right, you start to go somewhere over here, your liquidity band start to go below you. And what do? You trade above the liquidity band, right? That's your sign for a bigger move, right? This is your sign for the biggest move. Make sense? Spot buyers, this is how you should work on it. This is really great technically for spot buyers. And see definitely the area take profit, flipping and going higher if there is potential or even way of regain to go higher. It's by flipping the band, the liquidity band. Time for use on it. Oh, you can use it on any kind of time frame, right? That's not a big deal. But for example, 1 hour as well, it works quite okay, right? So if you kind of, it's like, okay, it's not scalping, but like 1 hour playoffs, right? You took all the liquidity. We've been trading like inside the band, and then we failed that, right? Regain that. Where do we go, right? Next move from around here. If we start to turn around already for 1 hour, right? And then where do you go? 20x's. So if you play between the 20x's, long and short, you are definitely gonna be taking some good trades, right? You can seriously, you can backtest this so powerful, so good even to the T. Like going around, just trading below and above the 20x's or 100 or 50x's band, like you can make really shitloads of money. But just looking at how it behaves, right? just doing the band still. Like even either way, like it doesn't matter if you have your stop loss a little bit above, right? 1% or whatever. You enter on the band either way, or right? Where is the next one? Bang. Where's the next one? Bang. You took out all of the 150x's. Next one. Bang. It's literally what I'm saying. It's ping-ponging. They ping-pong accurate from between the 20x's to 20x's, and then they take the 150x's in the meanwhile, right? This is what the market makes doing constantly. This is the movement on all of the freaking moves what it does. 150x are that's why those are the most important, because those ones are kind of ish not moving, but making the money to regain and to do the move on it, right? On the market. 5 minutes always could you use this and only this? Yeah, I mean you could definitely, but it is possible. Like if you scalping, this shit is really great on scalping as well. Like it's incredible. Like freaking okay, this technically quite big moves, but you can see when you start to turn around, right? You took out all of the 150x's, so retest this area. Well, technically we start to break for 5 minutes, but right? You can say like, okay, put your stop loss some over here and see if you can reach weekly. Take this, and then from weekly where you go, still here. So can we have bigger moves? Yeah, we still can go lower, right? Those two. And look what did you took. Where do you go to? Freaking daily. Hey, that's convenient. And that's only just because of the 150x's, right? To go to retest the daily. Can it happen? Yeah, it can. Right? This stuff is really great. Like the liquidity band, that's why it's my main, one of my main indicators. It's powerful. How powerful? It's freaking powerful, because you know where is the maximum move of the price action. Could be, right? I'm not saying it cannot go higher. Yes, it can. It can. But so far, what did we do? Like 4 hour even. You can blindly long and short the shit out of it on 4 hour. Like this move over here, right? Bang. Came into the band, right? Fucking around and fail again. Fail again. Did we took most of them? Yeah. Can we go lower? Possible. But if you see this already, this buyback, right? Bro, easy as that. That's why higher time frame for me it is. Like it's always gonna be. It's the most lazy trading point of view what you can have. Even Viking said that today. I was surprised. I didn't realize. I didn't know about him, but he's done with the lower time frame and only higher time frame. And when he wants to take the trade, he only wants to take one good trade. He doesn't want to fuck around, right? And that's how you can separate that kind of trading from like, yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, it's going. Yeah, maybe, like, no. Are you settled with it? You satisfied? There's all of the confidence you having there? Yes. Pull the fucking trigger. Bitcoin, yeah, it very rarely goes to. That's why I said the lowest ones. If you go there, that's you can put a house on it that is gonna retrace back into the band. If we're gonna go there, but Bitcoin, like rarely. Look at that bear market shit. Bang. Where did we go afterwards? From that low, either fucking blindly pulling a trigger on that one, right? I mean, 47%. Done. Bear market stuff, eh? You can long the shit out of the bear market stuff, right? So, just saying, guys, there are plenty ways to build Rome. Plenty. Look at that. Obvious. That buyback. Doesn't matter if it was bullish, bearish or not. Fuck that shit. The buyback, the liquidity, you already know we're gonna try to regain the high. So why not pulling the trigger on it? Right? There's a lot of things how you can play this, but it's perfect. This is really to the T. I freaking loved it. That's why I said, like, I always pay attention. Like, people like even make fun of it or not, but why? It's there. Objective. March? You mean this? Or you mean this? December? Which December do you mean? Yeah, I mean, injective went a little bit more aggressive to the lows, yeah, on the weekly. Yeah, but that's still, you need to remember, Bitcoin have the advantage because they have much more history, right? So the band's going to be much more accurate. You need to remember that. That's the most important thing what you need to remember if you play with the 100x's, 50x's band, right? You need to have the history to it, right? So that's why it's going to be much more accurate because it's an average calculation of the bands or of the liquidity levels. So injective, it's still accurate, plays out, but it goes higher and lower than the bands are showing, right? But still, if you're focusing on the core, it's good and it's fine, right? It's nothing too wrong about that. Okay. So yeah, but that's I guess all about it. And yeah, hype. I mean, I was talking about hype like quite from the beginning of the move, what we did to the downside about the bands. But we've been holding it perfectly. And let's see how we're gonna play out this. And oh, I didn't tell you guys that hype is waiting for the Bitcoin to do the move. Like I was okay, now I'm gonna show you something, guys, that I was mentioning. Exactly. So look at the price action, what Bitcoin is doing right now. What are we doing? We're retracing, right? If we start to close the 4-hour candle right now bearish, and we're gonna go lower to retest stuff. So closing next 4 hour below the weekly, right? Doing something like this, close over here. That's a failure already. Watch what hype is doing, right? Did we do the high? No, we didn't. They was waiting for freaking Bitcoin. Where did we test it? It's a bearish retest of the weekly. But technically Bitcoin should do, but it didn't because it was heavily pushed, right? So what are we doing right now? Failing the weekly. Bearish retested. Where do we go? Daily, right? Test that. Are we gonna fail that? Apparently, if Bitcoin's gonna fail the daily as well, or going heavily to the downside after this move, then where do we go? Again, it's still holding the low or the June last last retest of June before going higher, right? So that's what I'm kind of eyeballing it constantly between those two coins. But technically, yes, Bitcoin did a new high. Great stuff. Fucking love it. Now we need to hold it. Daily it is. For the band to tell you how many liquidation at each level, or tell how of the mag. What do you mean? Yes, there is. Each color have its own indication of the leverage. 150 are the yellow and orange. You know which one? The green, light greenish is 20. So the first next to that is 20, right? So increasing this a little bit more is 20x. Then the bluish one is 10. 5 is this, and the darker is the 3, and the purple is 2, right? How many sit at each level? But that doesn't matter how many. It matters how we react from. There is no point to know how many. Like, if you want to know like how much, maybe it's switch to levels and see if we took out all of them or there is more to it. But technically, you don't need to know how much. It's not like a bits or like stacked positions. It's not like orders. It just the liquidations positions that been already entered into the market, and this is the liquidations of them, right? So it's not that how many. It always react through it. That's how you need to think about it. See you, Pablo. See you. You're welcome, mate. Appreciate it. right? So it's reaction. Like I've been mentioning this as well. We have that zone over here, right? Are we gonna go higher or are we gonna retrace from it? Apparently, we took this wall, so there's not much to do. Where do we go? Retest daily. See if we're gonna hold that or something in between, right? Same here. We had small gap in between. So yeah, I hope it clears up a little bit for people how you can read this, play around with it, see how it works, and use it. Just case what you can do, use it. Keep using it, and while using it, go and backtest it. Go and ask yourself like, okay, what did we do in the history with it? So then you're gonna know how it works, right? Only then. It's not only that I'm telling you how it works. Go and test it, because you guys using different tickers, different tokens, different assets, right? Go and backtest it. Backtest means go and look in a history how it behaves and what is do and what does that mean. Oh, I'm seeing that we went to over here. After that, fucking hell, we went skyrocketing. Okay, so we took all of this liquidity here. There's not much left to take. The easiest way, okay, turn around. Go again to the upside now, right? Same thing. If there is nothing much to take above us, where do we go? Yes, still this is to take. Gonna happen now or tomorrow? Don't know. Eventually, it will. Add that to your oscillators, to the levels, to the ALGO master, where, oh shit, yeah, ALGO master, didn't look at that on a high time frame. Where are we? Into the bands. Okay, where's the next one? Cool. Coming closer to it, right? If this is gonna be some over here, yeah, makes sense, right? Play around with it. That's the only thing I can say. Just telling you, it doesn't make you trade it. You need to see it by your own, and you need to realize it on your own strategy, on your own point of view, own tokens, what you are using, and seeing how it behaves, right? That's the most important. So yeah. Anyhow, I'm gonna stop the recording. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. And I will see you Sunday. Make sure, watch out for the tomorrow half a day of the market. Friday, there is market close. And then we have a weekend. And Sunday, I bet you that Sunday is going to be volatile as well. Same what we had somewhere over here, I guess, this area, or some of it, what we did over here Sunday. This kind of volatility we are aiming for. Because if we're going to have the dump on 4th of July, then the regain of that one is going to be heavier and quicker. And we might definitely go for this and take out the resistance above those levels. So make sure you watch out for it. Make sure that you're going to be good in the stop loss as well. Don't over leverage. Don't go crazy. Just watch the levels, watch the price action. And I'm seeing you Sunday on the fire side. Peace out. See you on the flip side.